so again, redoing the bias, the 4 hour trading into bullish gap. The 4 hour is going to be bullish, so the 1 hour is now trading into a 1 hour bearish gap, so the 1 hour is bearish. Take a look at the 15, we're trading into a 15-minute bullish gap, and we're not trading into any bullish confluences. Any bullish confluence which we have here has already been inversed. And if we take a look at the 5, price is already trading into the 5 as well, not trading into any bullish confluences. So let's do our bias. The 4 hour is bullish, the 1 hour is bearish, the 15 is bearish, the 5 minutes bearish. So our overall bias is bearish. Look on the 15-minute, we've swept this 15-minute high, which is inside of all of these gaps. What we're doing coming into the PM session, we've swept this short-term high. So now we want to see a market structure shift through the previous short-term low. So it would be here and here. Okay, so let's see if we get a displacement lower. So we've displaced on NQ, but no real displacement on ES. I wouldn't call that a displacement really. And we've got no fair value gap. And again, the exact same example I showed you guys. Fair value gap right here, but it's formed before we've even displaced. So this would not be valid to go short off. So let's see if we get a further displacement lower. We've got a bit of structure that's formed here. So this looks cleaner to take. Alright, there we go. So we've got a displacement lower on both NQ and ES. We've got a fair value gap on both NQ and ES. So let's redo the bias really quick. Just flick through the time, make sure everything's okay. Yep, still in a 1 hour bearish, 15-minute, 5-minute, 1 minute. So although we are trading into a 5-minute bullish gap, so you would use this with half position size, as it wouldn't be an A plus setup, it would be a B plus, but not a reason for us to not take the trade. So now we've got this 1 minute bearish gap here. Just a tap of this gap, we'll be in for shorts, and then targeting this low here for 55 points. Oh no, it's this point here. Alright, so we also had news at 1 PM. Was it 1 PM? It was 2 PM, which is 7 PM UK time. It's FOMC, so we're waiting a couple seconds just for that to pass. And then just off that tap on that gap, we were in for shorts. And then we had a stop just at the high. So let me see if I can try and we've got no other. Oh my, this trade was so clean that it's running without me. There's no other short-term low that's 50% before we get to this point. This is practically 50% of our range anyway, between TP and our entry point. So this would be break even. And we can see we're already respecting this point. Now this is why it's important to, you know, have confidence in your trade, because shit can start to hit the fan in a matter of seconds. We were literally we were bullish, right? Price looked like it was going to go up at like, I think it was 701. And then at 7:02, at 40 seconds, we had hit TP. So bang, break even. And then the second candle, absolutely obliterate TP. That was one of the cleanest trades I've ever taken. That was crazy. And we'll be hitting trades like that all of winter. Once the winter months hit, guys, it's game over. It's actually game over. Higher time frame combined with lower time frame in the winter months is going to be a fucking money generator. We're all going to be passing accounts and max allocation and getting fucking payouts, mate. So there we go, PM session done, and Wednesday was a wrap there. So that was the only trade which would have been valid for that day, and also, well, not the only trade, and the first AM long, no, the second AM long. But what's interesting is that we made more gains in the PM session than we would have taken that long in the AM session. So yeah, interesting stuff. 4 hour. What are we on the 4 hour? The 4 hour is bullish. So the 4 hour is currently bullish. Yeah, so the 4 hour is bullish. The 1 hour is bearish. 15, bearish. 5 minute, bearish. So So overall high time frame bias is bearish. We've got a sweep of minor buy side. Let's see what we get coming into macro. Point on minor buy side, but you could actually mark out this 15-minute high here as well. This would be the most recent 15-minute high. And then you could mark this point out on ES as well. So, Prabhu, something to keep note of is that after we've taken a key sweep of liquidity such as London highs, London lows, Asia lows, previous day high, previous day low, when we're looking at the second day macro, lunch macro, PM session, we're looking specifically at those 15-minute highs and lows and forming those ranges, because those are the next key draws on liquidity, especially like lunch highs or lunch lows, for example. So when we're looking at this right now, the most recent 50-minute high is 23313, and then it's 6407 on ES. Then what do we notice? ES has swept that point, so that's a bearish SMT, high time frame bearish SMT, right there, bang, SMT, bang, right there. Okay, so we've got a displacement lower through this short-term low, both NQ and ES. Now this is the sticky part, so I personally don't think I would have taken this trade because of the fact that ES has already tapped into that gap. So just because ES has tapped it, I personally wouldn't want to, because I want to wait for a tap on NQ, but potentially looking at how clean it was, maybe I would have, maybe, but I'll let you guys know when we're on the call. I'll make sure it's for sure that I'm like, alright, I'll take it if ES taps, but you'd have to consider the stop placement. In this case, we've got a 28 handle stop, and I'd want to target the 1 to 2, so it'd be this low here. Okay, so let's say for example we went off just a tap on ES. This is super clean, look at this. So we've got another sweep of minor buy side. The overall high time frame bias is bearish, so let's write this out. So we've got the 4 hour was bullish, the 1 hour was bearish, 15 was bearish, 5 minutes bearish. Sweep of minor buy side, bearish SMT, ES taps the gap, looking for a 1 to 2. Let's see what we get. Break even at halfway of on the range. So there we go, bang, bang. Alright, so we're risk-free there. And there we have it. TP smashed, 62 handles in the bag, 1 to 2. There you have it. So that was super clean as well. If you're trading Thursday, I know Bess, you were looking for that trade. That would have been the one to take. That is super clean. So yeah, not much else you can really go over for that lunch macro trade, and that would have been you done for the week. I didn't personally take a look at Friday because Powell was speaking. What time was it you said that trade was, Bess, on Friday?
Have a look at the lunch macro on Friday. The first two macros were terrible, but I'm sure the lunch one presented something.